It doesn't matter how many painting skills you develop if you haven't found something compelling and engaging to paint. Otherwise, those skills are largely wasted, aren't they? In this video, I'm going to give you 3 ideas or tips for how to find great things to paint. This is Ian Roberts and Mastering Composition. So you might find something interesting to paint, what we think of as a subject, we could say, like this chapel in Provence, France. But finding that chapel is just the first step, the doorway into the search, we could say, the thing that first catches your attention. So my first tip or idea, I'll call management by walking around. It's an idea from business that it's good for a manager to get away from his or her desk and go and walk around, talk to staff, get new perspectives. So first, you start walking around. Whether you're plein air painting or looking for photo reference, you see how many possibilities might exist here. And this one set of photos is just from 2 sides of the chapel. So as you search out the possibilities, you're not thinking about subject anymore. You've got that. Now you're looking for an engaging design of shapes or value masses on your picture plane or canvas, which leads us to idea 2. Although not that compelling as a subject, perhaps, compared to the chapel, see the dramatic changes in morning, afternoon, midday, and overcast light. And then there's contre-jour, which is French for against the day, where you just get these beautiful halos of light around the shadows. And then still life is the same. So often students set up a still life thinking subjects, vase, bowl, fruit. But now use a single light source from the left, from above, and from the right, and you have 3 very different still lifes. Same subject, but 3 very different paintings. Because now we're considering the design of light and dark shapes and how they work on your picture plane or canvas or paper, rather than just thinking about the subject. And then number 3 is cropping, either using a viewfinder or cropping your photo. Let me show you 3 student photos, and I want to thank them for their use and how much more dramatic they are once they've been cropped. So you start to see the images more as shapes within a rectangle and less like just scenes of the world. I was just in Death Valley with my wife, Anne, and this is a big landscape. I mean, how would you paint that? I would need to crop it down, but not just like this. I would be looking for an interplay of foreground and midground and background and their overlaps with a more tightly cropped image. I first tried this, but it wasn't very compelling. And then a mile down the road, we found this. And I started walking around. And before long, this is what I arrived at. You can see the idea of a foreground, a middle ground, and a background, and a pathway through them. The center of interest would be right here in the midground. And you can see the overlaps from foreground to midground to background. Each one telling you, the viewer, this is behind that, and that behind that. Over and over, crafting a sense of depth, distance in your painting. And all those shapes filling the picture plane. You see how those overlaps now engage the whole picture plane. And this is what I plan to paint for the next YouTube video. So next time you go out to either find photographic reference or to plein air paint, try these 3 ideas. Walk around more once you think you've maybe found something. 2, think about the time of day and the direction of the light, and come back if you think a different time might be more compelling. And 3, crop for more drama. And be sure to take your time with this part. I find it probably takes more time to get a great image than it actually takes to paint it. But remember that. It's a foundational part of the artistic process. Find a compelling arrangement or design, a sound composition, we could say, before you start to paint, and you'll be amazed how much easier it is to paint it. Otherwise, it's so easy to get bogged down in the painting and repainting and second guessing what's happening as you try to figure out and cobble it together mid-painting. So if you found these 3 ideas helpful, I have a free video, 4 foundational principles to dramatically improve your painting. And you'll see it here when you go to my website, ianroberts.com. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Until then, may your creative vision shine bright. All the very best, and bye for now.